Hi guys, I'm Sally with OwlCrate Jr. and I'm here today with my mid-year book freakout tag. This is a tag put together by Is That Chammy and Ellie Jane on BookTube, and we thought it was so much fun that everyone here at Team OwlCrate has done one for you. So question number 1 on the book tag is the best book you've read this year. For that, I chose City of Islands by Callie Wallace. I've talked about this one already in past videos, but it just blew me away. It was such a fantastic fantasy story, really, really incredible world building, and I can't recommend it enough. Question number 2 is the best sequel I've read this year. I have not read a single sequel this year, so I don't have an answer for this one. I'm very sorry. Number 3 is the best new release that you haven't read yet but want to. For that one, I chose one that a friend of mine actually wrote called Property Values by Charles Demers. Property Values is set in Vancouver, where we are having an ongoing cost of living problem for a lot of people in this city. So the main character sets up a fake drive-by shooting to drive down the property value of his house so that he can buy it from his father. But then things go wrong, real gangsters get involved, and it sounds super exciting and very funny, and it's been optioned for a movie, which is so cool, so I have to read that one soon. Number 4 is the most anticipated release for the second half of the year. For that, I'm gonna go with the follow-up to Nevermore by Jessica Townsend called Wondersmith that comes out at the end of September. I cannot wait for it. Number 5 was my biggest disappointment of the year. For that one, I'm gonna have to go with The Seismic 7 by Kate Slavinsky. I love the concept of this book. It's about a bunch of middle schoolers who are chosen to go on a summer-long geological project, but it turns out that they have to work together to stop a supervolcano from erupting, and then there are twists and turns. Like I said, I love the concept. I didn't love the execution, unfortunately. I think it kind of fell into the false teen speak category for me that kind of drives me crazy when adults write for kids, and I don't think it sounds authentic. Next up, we have the biggest surprise of the year. For me, that was Bob by Wendy Mass and Rebecca Stead. I fell head over heels in love with this book, so I went and picked up the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition the last time we were down in the States, which has a bonus chapter, but it's just this very strange, sweet, sort of fairy tale. It's got tons of beautiful illustrations, and it's just like this very unexpected, heartwarming tale. It is such a fantastic read aloud. It would be great for an independent read as well. I just love this book. Number 7 is your favorite new author, whether that is a debut or just somebody that's new to you. I went with Liane Moriarty for this one. I had heard about her forever, and then I watched Big Little Lies, and then I read this book, and I was so impressed with the writing. It's definitely like very fast-paced. Like, I could see this being a beach read kind of, but it's also like very well written and has amazing characters. So this one was written in 2014. I recently picked up one called What Alice Forgot, which was written in 2009, and then she has a brand new one that just came out, which sounds just as good as all the other ones. Number 8 was your newest fictional crush. I really struggled with this one. I have been reading a lot of middle grade this year, and I'm just not a huge book boyfriend kind of gal, so I don't really have an answer for this one. I guess I could say Bob from Bob, but it's more just like a very platonic love than a crush. Number 9 is your newest favorite character, and I went with Cassidy Blake from City of Ghosts. This is Victoria Schwab's newest middle grade. It will be a series. Part 1 is just coming out at the end of September, and I loved Cassidy. She just seemed like a very authentic, cool girl to me, so she's my new fave. Question number 10 is the book that made you cry. For that, I chose Milk and Honey by Ruby Carr. I don't have it on hand because as soon as I finished the last page, I put it in an envelope and I mailed it to a friend of mine in Sweden. It's a collection of poetry that just broke my heart and then stitched it back together. I really, really enjoyed it. Question number 11 is a book that made you happy. For this, I chose Sanity in Tallulah by Molly Brooks. This is a graphic novel coming out in October. Sci-fi, 2 awesome girl main characters. It's just so much fun. It's all set on a space station. There's a 3-headed kitten. was hilarious. I loved it. Number 12 is the most beautiful book that you've bought or received this year, and for that I went with the brand new Brian Selznick illustrated Harry Potter covers. We were very lucky to go and see Brian Selznick speak at a Scholastic party when we were in New York City, and then we each got a copy of the very first Sorcerer's Stone. If you haven't seen all of these covers, you need to look them up right now. They are stunning. Number 13 is, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? This question made me laugh because I currently have well over 350 books on my to-read list on Goodreads, and it's longer than that in real life. So I'm gonna focus for now on the books that Karina has chosen for me for the Coworker Picks Your TBR pile list. I'm not doing very well on that so far, so I'm gonna go with one of those 5, more than one of those 5. We'll see how far I get, but there are millions of books that I still need to read. I don't know how to answer this question. And finally, question number 14 is your favorite book community member. For this one, I chose Zeta, who is Baby Bibliophile on Instagram. She has been one of our reps since we started OwlCrate Jr., and she is just the coolest 12-year-old I've ever met. If you don't already follow her, I can't recommend it enough. She's a very cool bookworm. She makes her own bookish t-shirts if you want to pick one up. She's the best. Zeta, we love you. So that is it for my mid-year book freakout tag. If you want to see what the rest of Team OwlCrate had to say, they've each filmed a video of their own, so you should go check those out. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for more videos every Wednesday and Saturday. Happy reading, and thanks for being awesome. Bye!